back. We're coming to you live from the IE Centre here in Pretoria. Let's cross now to Bulelani Phillip, who is in front of a voting station in Murraysburg in Beaufort West in the Western Cape. Bulelani, good afternoon. Set the scene for us as we head towards the 5 o'clock deadline for that special votes today.
Good afternoon to you, Sam, and to the viewers. Basically, this is a town of about 5,000 people, quite a small town compared to some of the surrounding towns that are here in the Beaufort West municipality. As I can step out of picture, if you can see me behind me, this is the local town hall, which is one of the voting stations here. But it's been relatively quiet for most of the day because only a few people have been trickling in. Those are only the party agents. But what we are understanding is that, that most of the people have already cast their vote, those who have registered for the special votes. So for now, it's a bit quiet, but of course, we do expect that, the people will come out in their numbers come tomorrow.
You've been on the ground for us, Bulelani. What are some of the issues that are driving the local community? We've seen a lot of promises made ahead of the August general elections, but from your interaction, what are some of the locals on the ground saying to you? What are the big issues for them?
Sam, I think what I can say firstly is that this is a town that is predominantly an agricultural society, and therefore much of the work that they do is in stock farming. And speaking to the local association of farmers earlier on, is that what they want the municipality to do that is going to come in is to review the rates that are charged for their land, because what they say is that they are amongst the highest in the country. So they basically want those rates reduced for them because they are saying they're already squeezed by the effects of the drought on one hand, as well as the increasing costs of production for farming in the area. So they want for them, in order to be sustainable, to have this kind of relief from the municipality when it comes to rates. But on the other hand, is also the farm workers are also having their own issues, including that they wanting the farmers to actually improve their living conditions, as well as providing housing, as well as basic services. So those are some of the issues that are affecting most of the people here in this community.
You mentioned farmers, and one of the big issues is access to voting stations tomorrow, well, today and tomorrow. What has been some of the feedback related to that? Because we have heard that some of these farms are quite far from some of the polling stations. But even though last night I was watching Eben doing an interview, and they were talking about potentially getting farm workers, getting farmers to understand how important the day is. Have you heard anything about potential people complaining on the ground that they might not be given the day off today or tomorrow, or have you been? Has it been a case of we'll play our part?
Look, Sam, I think there is consensus that they do not see or foresee a problem between the farmers as well as the workers in terms of coming to these voting stations. As I've said, speaking to the local association of farmers earlier on, is that they've made an undertaking that its members are actually going to assist the workers in terms of transport arrangements to ferry them from their farms up until the voting stations here in the main town. So on that point, I think there is consensus that there won't be a problem with that. But I think what the community development workers are raising as a point, perhaps maybe for future elections, is that farm workers have limited access to government departments and services, including Home Affairs, because they are saying that in this town, the Home Affairs Department only comes once a month, and workers as well, do not regularly are available to come on those particular days. So they want perhaps maybe as a much bigger intervention is that those departments should be able to have access to them where they work in the farms. So come tomorrow, community development workers as well as the farmer organizations are saying that the workers will be assisted with regards to transport services.
You started off this crossing by Bulelani talking about just how quiet the voting station is behind you. Any expectation of how many numbers should still be coming through the door before that cut-off time?
Well, I mean, for this particular voting station that is behind me, the bulk of the people that were supposed to be casting their ballots today had already done so. As I've said, it's mainly party agents, and given that this is a small town, it's just a handful of people.
Bulelani, we're going to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining us. Bulelani Phillip talking to us from Murraysburg in Beaufort West and kind of giving us an update in terms of what's just happening there. You did mention that it's incredibly slow at the voting station where he's reporting from, but we will keep on crossing team to get updates. We take an ad break. You don't